We've looked at the very real consequences that echo chamber effect leading to strategic blind spots, the performance paradox creating immense pressure and hindering open processing, and the resulting innovation stagnation.
And we've examined the proposed solution, this 0.5% alliance, as a carefully designed, calibrated community built specifically for co-elevation, not just connection.
We've seen how the lack of strategic peer relationships at this specific rarefied level creates that success trap, impacting not just the individual leader's well-being, but also their sustainability and effectiveness over the long haul.
But let's zoom out for a final thought. Consider the broader implications of this summit isolation, not just for the individual woman leader, which is significant enough,
Hmm?
but for the organizations they lead, and even for the broader economy and society they influence through their decisions.
Right. If diverse, high-level strategic thinking at the very top is being potentially stifled by this specific form of isolation, if, as the data suggests, nearly 3 out of 4 senior women leaders feel they lack a safe, effective space for that collaborative collision and co-elevation, that trust-based, rigorous dialogue.
What is the collective systemic cost of not providing these essential structures? What's the opportunity cost?
What potential strategic errors might be made or made more slowly? What critical innovations are perhaps being missed or underdeveloped? What potential for positive societal impact is being constrained because the leaders best positioned to drive it lack the optimal peer environment needed to refine and really stress test their boldest ideas?
Exactly. How might actively fostering such alliances, creating these structured, high-trust spaces for rigorous peer dialogue among women right at the pinnacle of leadership, how might that fundamentally change the landscape, not just for them, but for global leadership effectiveness, for organizational resilience, for innovation capacity, for everyone?
It's a question that really extends far beyond the individual corner office, doesn't it? It has implications for the future of how leadership is conceived and practiced at the highest levels, period.
A crucial question indeed. Something for all of us, and especially those in or aspiring to leadership, to think about. What does it truly take to lead effectively and sustainably in the complex world we're in today?
A lot to chew on there.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the source material about the 0.5% Alliance. We've gone pretty deep into the problem of summit isolation and this proposed solution, exploring its architecture and the potential transformation it offers.
It's been a fascinating look, definitely. A specific challenge at the very peak of leadership and a potential new paradigm, maybe, for addressing it through strategic partnership, not just individual grit.
If you, listening, are interested in exploring this further, maybe understanding the 0.5% alliance in more detail perhaps, you recognize yourself or someone you know in that description of the leader who might be ready for this kind of alliance. The article mentions requesting a comprehensive program overview. We'll put a link to where you can apparently do that in the show notes for this deep dive.
It certainly sounds like a significant, if very specific, opportunity for those who meet the criteria and feel genuinely ready for that kind of intentional, high-impact peer engagement.
Absolutely. Well, that's all for this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep learning, and maybe keep questioning some of those unspoken realities, especially the ones that exist at the very top.